All right, so we are live. All right, I'm back, and Emily is back. And so I wanted to bring Emily back on because I was on LinkedIn just the other day, and somehow you popped up in my feed as usual, always, and you pop up on everyone's feed. And it said that you were doing something new, and I thought that it would be interesting for folks to find out a little bit what you're up to, because it's a very interesting concept, and you have been busy behind the scenes. When we first talked, you weren't able to talk about it yet because you were still going through some of the behind the scenes work. But so you have become entrepreneurial, which you've always been, and so now you have come out and launched a new product, and with some partners. And I just wanted to let you get out there and tell everybody, because I think a lot of people will be interested to see what you're up to, because you got a lot of following, and it's pretty neat what you're doing. So the game is yours.
No, Joe, I just love talking to you. So I love being on here. So if everyone's watching right now, what is going on? I'm Emily, and I am calling in from the rainy South Florida.
Yes.
But as Joe had mentioned, I've been behind the scenes for a while, and I announced on LinkedIn that I created an LLC. By the way, Joe, what do you think of my name, The Wealth Pack?
That's
Badass,
classic. Right? That's you. I like it. That's a good idea. That was a good one. And the Wealth Pack, that's a great name. I thought you did really good with that. So that was your idea then.
Okay, so my dad was like, we were going back and forth. He's my business partner, right? And so he said something like the Wealth Warriors. And I was like, that sounds like a field day team when I was in elementary school. But I was like, wealth is a strong word. And then I was like, it sounds like wolf pack. Yeah. And then I was like, there's no way that this is available. Like, I was assuming that someone had already purchased the trademark. No. Yeah. And I was like calling up my attorney, and I said, listen, can you walk me through the steps? Because I'm doing this right now.
So you got it. So you got the whole thing.
I have So that day I filed for an LLC, for the Wealth Pack LLC. And then I went ahead and filed a trademark. So I was like, I'm putting my money where my mouth is.
Wow. That's commitment. Yeah. That's commitment right there to go trademark all the way. Man, do you have logo and everything?
I do. Yeah. I don't know if I could share it with you. But did you see one of my posts on LinkedIn? It's like a big W with a wolf coming out of it.
I'll find it while you're talking.
If you go to the LinkedIn page, the Wealth Pack, yep. I've only had 3 posts, and I'm kind of highlighting a few of the partners that have been in this venture with me.
Okay.
But I believe they should all be. I think the first one might have been a tweak. We went through several different revisions on the logo, but we solidified. So we do have that. And I have hats being made for all my team members and all the families that I get to help. I have little just cool things to give them.
That is cool. Yeah, I found it here. Oh yeah. I like the gold and the black. I'm gonna get this in just a second here, and I'll share it on the screen.
Yeah. So that's my theme, and then currently, so I, as you guys know, as an entrepreneur, you kind of you're the HR role, marketing, finance, you're everything. So I went ahead with no web experience, created a little WordPress website, and then very blessed with my LinkedIn following, and quickly realized that not a lot of people like that website, but they were willing to help me create a new one. So I'm going to have a really, really cool one ready in the next 3 days. It's Badass Joe. It is amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
and you have partners too, correct? You have partnered up with some heavy hitters, correct?
Yep. So Ed Milet is the main, I would say the main rock behind it all. And I personally didn't know who he was until about a year ago. He's actually he's named the top 50 wealthiest individual under 50 years old. And it's crazy. He started his journey in financial services and sold his business for roughly $400 million about 11 years ago.
Okay.
And since then, he's been serving as the agency chairman of a company and was guaranteed an 8-figure income. Yeah. And so but then over the past 11 years, he really spends his time not only with his family on his private jet, all of the extravagance, but he also consults different businesses and entrepreneurs. And we realized, and he goes, you know what? The one thing that every single one of them has in common is a failing business model. He's like, I know what works. I know how to create wealth, and I'm going back in the industry for two reasons. One, I know what I do helps families. And two, I know what I do could help other entrepreneurs who want to build their own business for themselves with that reoccurring income. They could take a vacation in years from now, come back, and their business is growing. And so this has been in the works, I would say, since past October. He has all the infrastructure in regards to the services, the products that we offer. And this year, we're focusing on building leaders like myself, motivated, self-driven entrepreneurs who are ready to make 7 figures.
Sweet, man. So I mean, so tell for the person who doesn't know, what is the Wealth Pack do? What do they if they contact you and they say I'm curious, I want to know what the Wealth Pack is going to do for me, what's your first thing you're going to say to them?
So there's 2 individuals that could contact me. One of them saying, listen, I love what you're doing. I want to be a part of this. I want to serve families and I want to make money. That's an entrepreneur side coming in. The other side's like, I need help. No one has sat down with me and discovered like what my cash flow is, what my debt is, what my monthly budget is, how I could like save for my retirement. Could you please help me and sit down with me? So there's 2 aspects. So if you're coming in on the entrepreneur aspect, you would go to my website. I would filter you out, watch a few videos, and then sit you through a presentation with me to show you exactly step by step what we would do. And it's basically an interview to see if you're a good fit. Right now, my pack is 10 people, and I told someone that I'll be looking for 2 people within the next month, but I don't want my pack to be too big. I'm all about quality.
Yeah.
Because it's me investing my time. It's Ed Milet investing his time. Our 2 other partners, Edwin Arriave, Frank La Rosa, and we can't overextend ourselves. Otherwise, no one's going to reap the benefits that we can offer them. No,
you gotta have. If you get a massive team built, you're not going to be able to actually effectively coach people to create and go. So you want to be able to have the time to be able to manage a certain amount of people and help them grow their business.
Yeah,
as well.
Absolutely. And like even this past weekend, it was like a long weekend. And it's funny, I kind of took a step back with one of my friends, and I was like, I think for the first time in my life, I don't like what I do. I literally love what I do. Like it was yesterday on Memorial Day. I had a call. My first Zoom call was 6 a.m. our time, which is Eastern time. And then my last call was 10 o'clock our time, which is 7 in California. And I went to bed so happy. Like I was on fire. So I'm like, now that's not how every day looks like, but as like my business has been growing extremely fast. So I'm just trying to like be as like active as I can. But I just absolutely like love this. I believe in it and so passionate about it.
So that's awesome. And
side.
That's the entrepreneur.
And now the other side, if someone, what I suggest anyone, now Joe, you know this, but I have my master's degree like in business. I got my undergraduate degree in finance, and I never was taught how to use life insurance, what life insurance is. What I understood that if I got a job, the HR person gives me a DocuSign probably and has me select off something, probably a group term policy, and I'm probably putting in money to my 401k just with a little checkbox. But I don't know what that means. I don't know the money I'm putting in my 401k is, I haven't paid taxes on it, so I'm going to pay taxes on it later. And then taxes are probably going to increase, right?
Yeah.
But if I take my money out also before the age of 59 and a half, 10% tax penalty. They don't tell you that. They also don't tell me that if I'm paying money for a group term, those premiums every single year, and if I leave that company, those premiums go nowhere. Where I could have invested that money every single month into something else that's accumulating cash value.
Yeah, financial education is pretty much mute as far as it goes in schooling.
It is. And you know what's interesting is I sit down with like more and more people, and oftentimes people are so quick to be like, oh yeah, I know what it is. I'm covered. But they simply don't know. They were never taught. It's embarrassing to admit they don't know. And Google tells us everything, right, Joe?
Yeah. You Google it, you know, you find it. Trust me. I mean, I'm in the mortgage side, and people don't understand all the moving parts to a mortgage and all the different ways you can leverage a mortgage to actually plan to use it and plan with. So it's the same kind of thing.
Well, and we had a conversation with the company as well, and we were talking about the 1%. Now, the 1% seem to keep getting wealthier and wealthier. Well, it's because they know how to have their money work for them, because they're surrounded by really successful people who charge for their services.
Mm-hmm.
We're literally not charging. So like, I want to help that mom or that single dad, like literally sit down with them for a couple hours. I sat down with someone for 4 hours the other day. And I said, I just want you to understand what you're doing. What does your monthly budget look like? What's left over? Where are you allocating this funds? So it's like, and oftentimes you'll realize that people have never done that before. And for them to see a number, it's like, oh shoot, reality hits. So
yeah.
So that's a little.
I see it all the time in finances. I mean, in mortgage, people don't. It's amazing how people don't even know how much money they make. I'll ask, what's your monthly salary or what's your annual salary, and so I just need to know what you make, and they go, I really don't know. And they'll send, you're in the mortgage business, you remember, and they'll give you a pay stub, and they're not really sure how much they're really even bringing home. Then they don't really understand, and they just know, I need to make enough from a bit and get by. And no one builds a savings, no one works towards saving. It's amazing that how little people actually save people, and so it's a good thing that you're out there trying to help people educate.
Yeah.
Learn how to structure their finances in a way that benefits of growing their money instead of losing.
Yeah. And it's funny because everyone's like, oh, like, I'm so happy you know this at your age and everything. So my goal is to share it with as many people as I can. Utilize my platform on LinkedIn, utilize all my connections, to show them, look, these are possibilities. Because at the end of the day, people are going to make their own decision. So I'm not here to persuade you one way or the other. I'm just here to show you options and for you to understand, A, where are you right now? B, where do you want to be in 5 years? Because I could tell you, if you don't change, your last 5 years are going to look just like your next 5 years, or vice versa.
That's true.
Yeah. So I've just been I'm already fired up talking about it, nerding out.
Oh yeah, because I mean, it's so true about the 5 year thing. Because and a lot of people can look back and say, where were you 5 years and where are you now? And pretty much probably where you were. And so you've got to make these changes, some subtle changes, some little changes, some bigger changes. But if you make the right ones, you can get a long ways. And, having someone advise them and plug into a system that they can understand how it works. And the question some folks are always going to ask is, okay, no one does anything for free. So how are you going to make money?
Absolutely.
And so what's that answer?
So the one I sat down with for 4 hours was am I paying you hourly or whatever? And I was like, no. And they're like, well, how are you going to get paid? And so how you get paid is, let's say they do choose a policy, whether it be one that uses an IUL, which is an index universal life insurance policy. There's term policy. There's several different types of permanent. So let's say they choose Nationwide, for example. So Nationwide would pay the agent, AKA myself, and that money would come out of their marketing budget. And the way that I say this is, Joe, have you ever seen a Nationwide commercial?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever saw that and was like, you know what? Nationwide, what's up, bro? I want a policy. No. But they're using that money as their brand awareness, and we're essentially their marketing. But what I like to say is, too, is which pulled me to Ed Milet, is he believes that you don't want to be captive. You want to have access to all carriers.
Yeah.
Joe, let's say we're at a BMW dealership and I'm a salesperson. What type of car am I going to sell you?
BMW.
And it's not because I'm a bad person. It's just because that's all I have in my inventory, right?
And they're a good car.
And they're a great car.
I have one, so that's why I have to be partial.
Oh, I didn't even know that. But But whereas I guess you could say we're more of a CarMax, right? So you could choose a BMW, a Honda, Lamborghini. And what I like to do is I like to show someone comparisons. I just would hope that I want to be the person that someone would be to me if I sat down. So like that's what my heart is.
Yeah, to show them their options and break it down. That's what I like to do. I love to give people options because there's not just one way to do things.
No.
There's multiple ways to do things. And that's how you make your decisions ultimately, is to try to look at all options and be able to get a clear answer. And so it sounds like you're able to provide that, to be able to say, look, here's the different options you have. And you're going to hear kids in the background because they're fighting in the background. So,
no, you're good.
But you have plenty of options just laid out. So you can just say, okay, you know what? Now I see them side by side. I was thinking this, but it really needs to be this.
Yeah.
And so that helps you narrow it down to what is really a good option for you. And I love doing that myself in my business. I love to break it down. Like, here's the right way for you to go, and help give them the right education on what they need to know.
Absolutely. Yeah. And oftentimes, like, you'll talk to a client and someone's priority and someone's goals is going to be completely different than someone else's.
Yes. I mean, everybody's different. And that's the thing that I think you're doing that's really good and smart there, is you're meeting with folks, you're gathering their finances, you're looking at their situation. So therefore you understand where they're coming from, instead of just saying, here's a product that sounds good to you and go ahead and sign here and we're done. You're able to drive and dive down into what's important to them and spend time with them. And that's important in the financial industry. You need to make sure that you are spending the right time with people, educating them and letting them feel like they know the solutions that they're picking are right for them.
And it's their hard-earned money. Like, if someone ever comes to you in anything and knows a product within the first 20 minutes, they have an agenda.
Yeah.
They don't know your whole situation in 20 minutes to offer you something. Like, I work extremely hard for the money that I receive. So I expect if someone wants me to invest in something, you show me what my money's going to do. You understand all the years of I've been working and where my money is. And so I'm also really, I have friends and different colleagues who unfortunately have been burned from an agent with their own agenda, with ulterior motives. And I'm like, that fuels my fire, you know?
And that's the thing that anyone who knows you will understand is that people who don't know you, you're a very genuine, good-hearted person, want to do the right thing kind of person. And so you're perfect for this, because you're going to be able to go out there and really, truly educate people without that agenda that I got to make this sale. I got to make this sale. You know, when you sell the way of actually educating people and presenting things, there is really a sale there. It's you're presenting a great option to them, and it's just something that you're believing and you know it's the right thing. So therefore, they're going to make the decision that's right for them.
Right.
And so therefore, no matter what, it's a win for you. You know, so that you're doing the right thing.
I have a journal here, okay? So, like, everyone that I meet with, my whole goal is to teach them something new. So if I leave the meeting and I taught them something new, then, like, I give myself a smiley face. Like, I've accomplished something. And that's all that I had wanted to do in the meeting. More often than not, I find something that benefits them.
Yeah.
But I kind of, I was talking to Ed the other day, and it's kind of like we're, a lot of our team, we're believers. And he goes, when you talk to someone about your relationship with Christ, you're not selling it. Like, you literally feel convicted. You believe in it. But then the receiver has the ability to kind of, think about it, choose to do it. Like they just receive the information. We're simply doing the same thing. We believe in what we're doing. We're not selling it. So I was like, I kind of like that simile.
No, that's, that's part of the reason I like what I do, because I can make a difference in someone's life and do the right thing, get them in a home.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's the same thing where you're able to restructure their financial education, really, to help them understand a way of structuring your money in a different avenue that will work way better for you than what you're currently doing.
Yeah.
And giving you options that you've never even heard of ever. A lot of people don't understand the depth of what we're talking about on this is there's a whole strategy behind this, and a way to structure your funds that can really start to work for you. So it's a very interesting thing. And I encourage people to definitely reach out to you and to talk to you about this, because this is something that I think could help a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I would be more than happy to just sit down, talk with anyone who's on here, who watches this as a recording, just to simply educate you. Because I'm thankful that I received this information, and I'm forever a learner. I'm always researching, I'm always learning. But if I could share like this information to help you now going forward, there's like 4 principles we like to focus on when it comes to money. One of them is increasing the rate of return. Second is decreasing risk. Third, which is huge for a lot of individuals, decreasing taxes. But the most important is procrastination.
Yeah.
Kind of like look and evaluate your last 5 years. What could you do now? Start now to change.
Yep. And an interesting thing that has happened with this whole pandemic thing is it's kind of forced people to change. Mm-hmm. And to have that 30 days, it takes 30 days usually to build that new habit.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people now have changed into digital communication. They have changed into working from home. They have changed into cooking at home all the time and eating either better or worse.
I was like,
so they're developing new habits. And so actually at this point in time, since everyone is in the change mindset, it's a great time to start to let me look at my financial situation and see what I can do with that and change that around.
Yeah.
So
and understand that, let's say like if you look at your current situation and you're not happy with it, that doesn't mean that you can't change.
Yes.
But the first step is like accepting reality. Looking at the numbers, it's like looking at the scale. Say you gained weight after a vacation, it's not the most fun, but it's reality.
Yeah. It is, and then you got to do what you have to do to make the changes to fix whatever problems you identify, and do the right things. And sometimes you need a coach to help you along and be able to do that. And that's another area. And someone like yourself is a perfect person for a coach to help people, because you're motivated, you have a lot of energy, and you're after you have the right motivation. So
it's funny because like for my wealth pack, I do like daily video calls with them. And so some people are like, geez, like we think you're so motivated. You're like a drill sergeant. And I'm like, yeah, because I expect a lot, because I'm giving you deliverables, I'm giving you action items, and I expect to receive them. Every single one of them is hitting them. And they're like, I never felt so productive. I'm like, see, like sometimes you just need someone else to keep you accountable. Like that's it. You all have the ability.
The accountability partner is a good thing to have. It really is. And especially when that accountability partner is willing to hold you accountable to a realistic goal. But people don't realize how realistic some goals can be. They think it's out of sight, but if you set your steps to getting there, you'd be surprised how fast you can get there.
Yeah, what I like to do is I set goals and then I reverse engineer it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a dream and I'm like, okay, like how the heck do I do that? And then I create steps.
Correct.
Reversing it back, and that's been helpful for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's a brilliant way of going at it, is to sit there and think, okay, I want to for me, I'm ready to race the 24 hours Daytona. So what do I got to do? This, and this, and this to get to there.
Yeah.
So you got to do these steps to get there. Yeah. And so, that's the best way to attack a goal that I've ever seen. And it's helped me accomplish things through my life that I've want to do this. Okay, I want to do this. Well, what's the next steps? And as I start digging into it and figuring it out.
And one thing I say about you, Joe, I tell every time, like, you come up in several conversations. I talked to Ben the other day, and we were talking about you too. And what I love is you are consistent. You are consistent. Like, you're doing those videos. Like, you not only talk the talk, but you walk the walk. So it's like, it just goes to show that things could happen. This is why, like, you are where you are. So and you're also extremely humble. I don't think you give yourself enough credit.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to get at least one follower.
I follow you.
I got one.
Yes.
Yeah, my goals are, and I appreciate that very much, because my goals is I'm like what you want to do. I want to educate people. I want people to learn things, and I want to try to help people. And if your motivations are in the right, coming from the right place, everyone wins in the end. And
Yeah.
so, and I can't tell you, there's been times that a loan, like in my business, I have been able to do this particular loan for somebody, but I know another company is able to do that. I'll put them in that spot. I'll say, look, here's where you need to go,
Right.
because it's just the right thing to do. And so, I know your heart's in the right place. And when I saw the wealth pack, I keep wanting to say wolf pack because it just makes you want to say that. But the wealth pack hit, I was like, man, I got to get back in touch and see what you're up to.
I know, as soon as I posted that, can I have you another call? I was like, you bet, Joe.
So we got to do this again.
Yeah.
You're just on here, but you gotta come back, because in our last one that has tons and tons of views, lots of people very motivated to hear what you have to say, so you have an influence on people. And that's a good thing, because the right person to have an influence on people is a good thing. It's especially in today's world of negativity, you bring a really shining positive light. And that's another thing that I think has been a really key component to a lot of people drawing to you, is your positivity. And you're smiling all the time. You have a really good attitude towards it. People want this in their life, and they're tired of any of this negative stuff. And you're genuine with it too. That's the other thing. It's not just a big show. So
I think that if you ever try and be someone that you're not, people could see through it,
Yeah.
And I've seen it before, and then they'll fade away, right? Because you could only put on a facade for so long.
For long, people see through that with no problem.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to join the Wealth Pack and they want to get a hold of you, how are they? Either way, they want to be the entrepreneurial side, or they want to be, if they think they've got to be able to have the drill sergeant get them.
Yeah. I'm kind of tough. Like, I will say that. I actually had to text someone today saying, like, I'm sorry, I hope I don't come off as a drill sergeant. And he responded, no, I freaking need this in my life. And I was like, okay, bless his heart. Because I reread that text and I was like, oh, shoot, Emily.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. Or if they want to be a client and find out more about how to restructure themselves financially. And do they need to be local for you, or can you do a digital?
No, that has been the biggest eye-opening through this pandemic. My 10 members on my team, I have 2 in Florida, got 3 in Texas, 2 in California, a couple in New York, 1 in Chicago. So they can be anywhere. But I would say if you were an entrepreneur and you're like, listen, like, you have a couple hours in the day that you want to invest into something that could possibly build a strong foundation for you in the future, and you're like, now's the time, you have the support, I would go on my website. It's just jointhewealthpack.com.
Okay.
And then on the other side, if you're an individual and you want to just understand more about your financial situation and understand more about life insurance, my passion has been helping people understand how you could utilize life insurance as a very strategic investment vehicle for you that's protected from taxes, where Uncle Sam can't be like, listen, I'm going to pull that out. That's been a passion project of mine and my little like special niche, if you will. If you are more focused on that side, I would reach out to me either on Facebook or LinkedIn.
Gotcha.
Or through Joe. Joe has my number, and if it's something, we can set up a call.
Definitely. If you need to get a hold of Emily, just contact me and I can get a hold of it. So jointhewealthpack.com is where they would want to go if they want to be an entrepreneur. Yeah. And then to get a hold of you for if you want the financial changes, to reach out through LinkedIn, Facebook, or come through me, and I can get you guys connected.
Yep. That sounds perfect.
And if they can do it a digital, like if there's like, just even here, just in Gainesville to where you're at, and so we can't get together connected, we could do a digital conversation.
Yeah, I went to the live comments. Dave Coker, I need to give you a shout out, bro. I just saw that you posted that. I don't know if you're still on. That was like 10, 20 minutes ago. That's freaking awesome.
There he is, Dave Coker.
Yeah, he was the introduction for me in the mortgage biz up in Gainesville. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have met Joe. So yeah.
It's all David's fault.
David, I'm praying for you and Ryan, brother. I hope you guys are doing amazing.
Oh yeah, they are. David and his son, and they're killing it. They're killing it here. They're great mortgage guys. Know what they're doing. They just
fun too.
They crank it out. And there's Keelan Cox. This is a great realtor in town. This guy.
Keelan, what's up, brother?
Yeah, he's a machine. He is on fire.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's got a big one closing today. He put it on there on Facebook, and he's been. I love he'll put up pictures of houses, and the interiors say dope or nope, and so like getting opinions and stuff. It's just awesome, man. He's got it down. He's a great realtor. He does an awesome job. Represents his clients well. So
I love
good guy.
That is awesome. So
yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing grows and this takes off, because I think that I think you're probably going to build one heck of a team, and it sounds like you've got the right people surrounding you that are your partners in this thing. So I just wanted to get it out there, let everybody know, and let everybody say, see Emily again, because I'd planned on kind of circling you back anyway in a month or two. But when I saw that, I said, you got to get back on now.
You got to get back. Come on,
you got to get back on right now. This has not even been 30 days. You're coming back on. It's like every week we're going to have Emily Mondays. It's going to be Emily.
I can make it work. I can make it work.
So, all right. Well, I don't want to take you up to, I know you're busy. We're at 30 minutes. I like to try and keep them around there. So I just wanted to let everybody hear from you again and see you again and see what you're up to. And I got little racetrack going around here. So, yeah. Anything else you want to throw out there to everybody?
No, I mean, I hope everyone has an amazing day. They're staying safe and healthy. And I'll probably be back a lot sooner than you guys think.
Watch, you'll see her out there.
I know. Bye.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to sign off, and there'll be this. If you want to see a rebroadcast, it'll be on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and YouTube. So you'll see all those out there here shortly. See you guys.
Bye, guys.